Darth Vader's greatest trauma was nothing physical. It was the death of his wife, and the idea that beyond simply Padme Amidala perishing, that he was responsible for it. This in large part is what fueled Darth Vader's hatred and power in the dark side of the Force, for those around him, but also for himself and his own decisions, the decisions that he deemed were of Anakin Skywalker. Which is why the new persona of Darth Vader entirely took over, as he proclaimed Anakin as arrogant and weak, not strong enough to care for the only thing that he truly ever loved, Padme Amidala, his wife. In Star Wars canon, it is not known whether or not Darth Vader actually decided to visit the tomb or grave of Padme Amidala following her passing. We know after Padme's passing that she was brought to the city of Theed, on her homeworld of Naboo, where she was memorialized by the people there, the people left living following the rise of the Empire, that is. She was paraded through the city as she was finally laid to rest in her tomb in a mausoleum. It was actually normally customary for Naboo following their deaths to be cremated, which made Padme Amidala's funeral unique, as obviously she was not. By direct order of Palpatine himself, Padme Amidala's tomb and mausoleum would be heavily guarded. In Legends continuity, it is known that Darth Vader did in fact visit the tomb of Padme Amidala, but we know nothing of this in Star Wars canon until today. It is clear that in Star Wars canon, Darth Vader did not choose to visit the tomb of Padme Amidala during the first few decades of his reign as a Dark Lord. However, after the climactic end of the recent Darth Vader comic, where Padme Amidala appears to have been resurrected, does Darth Vader ultimately decide to go visit her tomb. This new Darth Vader comic book series picks up right after the events of Empire Strikes Back, with Darth Vader investigating Luke Skywalker, his son, and how his son was hidden away from him for such an extended period of time, as well as the fact that Padme Amidala may in fact still be alive, or at least that's what appears to have happened at the end of the Darth Vader comic book. We know thanks to the synopsis of another issue of the Darth Vader comic book that Vader will actually be visiting Padme's tomb, but not simply to pay respects for his fallen wife, to investigate exactly what is going on and what Darth Vader is experiencing, with Padme seemingly have been resurrected, or perhaps never died at all. I have various theories exactly the phenomenon that Darth Vader is experiencing here, but if you're interested, I will link my video on it below. This is what the synopsis for the issue says. Rocked by the apparent return of Darth Vader's dead wife, Vader chooses to investigate her grave on Naboo, coming this May. Along with this is a cover of Darth Vader holding what appears to be Padme disappearing. In additional synopsises, it says this: Darth Vader continues his terrifying quest for vengeance against everyone who hid the existence of his son from him. But on Naboo, the Dark Lord of the Sith faces a deadly new challenge, as his focus turns from Luke to Padme, the wife of the man Vader used to be. What secrets lie in the tomb of Padme Amidala? But there it is, my friends. Darth Vader will in fact be visiting the tomb of Padme Amidala in the upcoming issue of the Darth Vader series in 2020, again set between the events of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. With this comes the massive revelation that Darth Vader did not visit the tomb and mausoleum of Padme Amidala following her death, and it took him this long to actually do so, perhaps with her grave being too traumatic, even for the Sith Lord. But what are your personal thoughts on this, and the idea of Darth Vader finally visiting the tomb of his dead wife? Again, if you want the full breakdown of the first issue, that will be linked directly below in the description. I highly recommend you check it out, as it's pretty interesting, and I have a lot of theories on how or who this Padme Amidala may be. As always, my friends, thank you so much for supporting the channel. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.